Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the Blumhouse produced horror film Prey, a film that is co-written and directed by Frank Carlfoun, and it stars Logan Miller as Toby and Christine Froseth as Madeline. And this is a film that focuses on Logan Miller's character Toby, who at the beginning of the film as a traumatic family event takes place. There's a death in the family that obviously scars him pretty badly, and he enters into this program. Now, this program is about trying to, build kids' confidence, all that kind of stuff, dealing with depressed kids. And part of this program is for them to be dropped off on like a desert island, all completely on their own, and they have to survive for 3 days. And then they are picked up in 3 days' time, and they will have grown as a person, I guess. And Toby, who isn't overly enthusiastic about this, it's clear, gets dropped off on this desert island, and he doesn't take to this survival thing particularly easy, isn't enjoying himself, and then from what seemingly seems to be a deserted island, he realises that he is not alone. And not only does he encounter a young girl, or I say young girl, young lady, young woman, called Madeline, played by Christine Froseth, but also there might be something a little bit more sinister on the island that is trying to hunt him down and hunt others down. Right. So what did I think of this movie, Prey? Well, this is quite a difficult one, really. In a few ways, because there are aspects of this film that are really quite interesting, and there are aspects of it that are a bit of a letdown. I think the idea is pretty good. I think the film itself looks quite beautiful at times, with it being on a desert island. Some of the lighting is really quite beautiful, and it's filmed really nicely. The sound, everything's good. The acting, for the most part, by everybody, and there's not many in the film, so it's quite a small cast list, is pretty good throughout. And the main problem with this horror film is its pacing. It's too slow, far too slow. Not enough happens in this film, and it asks too much of its audience in regards to suspending its disbelief. For example, as I've already explained, when Toby gets to this island, he's pretty much useless at looking after himself, and it takes Madeline, who's obviously been on this island for quite some time, which is a mystery in itself, which is answered in the film. Over the space of, I think he's on this island, he's supposed to be on there 3 days, something happens, he doesn't get picked up, so he's on there 6 days. And within those 6 days, being taught a couple of tricks by Madeline, he suddenly becomes Rambo, and he's setting up traps left, right and centre like Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Predator to capture the Predator. It asks too much of the audience to suspend its disbelief. Now, if he'd been on this island a couple of years, you could understand him maybe developing these survival skills, but to go from being completely and utterly useless at the beginning of the film to the point where, he's just, everything goes wrong, to become like this survival expert almost by 6 days in on this island and setting up all these traps, it's too much, really. And you can't suspend it. There's even a character in this film that even comments to him. He says, you've been on this island 6 days and you've turned into Rambo, and you just think, well, yeah, but that doesn't, just because he said it doesn't legitimize it. It makes it too much to believe. And like I said, there's not enough happens on this island. The mystery itself keeps you interested, because there's clearly something going on this island. You're just not sure what it is, whether it's some creature, something supernatural, or something more human. And that is quite good. It keeps you guessing for quite a long time as to what is actually going on. And there are some pretty effective scenes where you are introduced to this, whether it be a creature or something else, and you're not shown very much at all, so it keeps you interested. It reminds me a lot of that movie. Remember the movie The Relic, the Penelope Ann Miller film? It kind of kept you interested like that film did, and there are elements of the designs here and there that kind of mirrored that film as well, even though the settings are completely and utterly different, as are the films in many ways. but it did remind me of that film at times. I thought the chemistry between these two characters, between Toby and Madeline, was good. I thought it was pretty believable for the most part. I just couldn't get on board with the pacing of this film, and some of the other weaknesses and aspects I've spoken about. And I just didn't find it scary, which was a shame. I think if they'd have ramped up the horror and made it a bit scarier, and maybe had a few more people put at risk, maybe there just wasn't enough in the cast for it to, there weren't enough people put at risk, so you didn't get enough chance to see this creature or whatever it was, putting people's lives in danger. I don't know, there's just something about this film, it just didn't do enough for me. But it is watchable, very watchable. It's a very good idea. I think some of the designs are interesting, the performances are good, and it's filmed very nice, and like I say, it does look quite impressive at times. It just falls short. It's just not, the pacing's all wrong, there's too many plot holes and things for you to ignore, and it's just not scary enough for me. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It was a little bit of a disappointment, but that doesn't mean it's not watchable. So if you get a chance, don't forget to check out Prey. If you like this review, please like and share, and of course I will see you next time for another review on Screen Stars. Thanks for watching.